What is success enemy number one? Is your fear and self-doubt. Successful people have developed confidence by conquering their fear and self-doubt. And how do they do it? Is one word, action. Action is the cure. When you face a tough challenge, you can't be like an ostrich, burying his head in the sand and trying to run away from the problem. Because if you do, you become smaller. But when you tackle and confront the problem face to face, you become bigger. So how do you do it? From now on, you've got to ask yourself, what kind of action must I take to overcome my fear? If you have fear of failing an examination, convert your worry time into study time. If you have fear of public speaking, speak more, speak up. And if you have fear of what other people may say or think about you, I think it's time for you to step out of the shadow of trying to live someone's lives. You've got to really do your own things, evaluate whether what they say is valid, whether it has merits, but you've got to move on and do what is right for you. And if you have fear of things beyond your control, you've got to now shift the focus to external. That means, again, an action that you can take, a plan that you can devise, or go for a swim, go for a jog, take your mind off something that you cannot control and focus on the steps that you can control. So these are the steps. In other words, let me summarize for you the 3 steps. Number 1, acknowledge the feeling. Anxiety, fear, understandable. Number 2, identify and isolate the reason for the fear. And number 3, take the action step to overcome it. Do something, do anything, but be decisive. Research shows that when people are asked to describe their major regrets in their lives, they regretted not taking the action they needed rather than the actions that they did. So I hope these tips serve you. And finally, as Aristotle said so brilliantly, excellence is what we do repeatedly every day. And it's not an act, but a habit.